What is this life we're living? It's one of the biggest questions we can possibly ask ourselves, right? But maybe, just maybe, there's an even bigger one. How much control do we really have over it all? Today, we're going to explore a framework that offers a pretty incredible path to an answer. You know, this question from way back from Emperor Shenzi, it just gets right to the heart of the human experience. It's this deep puzzle about who we are and why we're here, and it's a question that people have been asking for centuries. Well, according to the philosophy we're diving into today, the path to solving this whole puzzle isn't about looking out there for answers. It's about looking inward. The very first, most crucial step is to truly know life in all its different shapes and forms. So, to help us navigate this whole thing, we're going to use a map. It's a framework that breaks life down into three distinct but totally interconnected dimensions. The ancient philosopher Mencius had this idea of life as a powerful, flowing river, a force with its own path, almost like a cosmic blueprint. But here's the key. Understanding this current is how you learn to navigate it, so you're not just getting swept away. All right, here they are, the three dimensions on our map. First, we've got root life, which is our original, pure nature. Then there's destiny life. That's the life shaped by cause and effect. And finally, there's the ignorant life, which is driven by delusion and suffering. So let's break down what it really means to know each one of these. This whole journey, it really kicks off with awareness. I mean, before you can define where you're going, you absolutely have to understand your starting point. You've got to know where you're standing right now. Confucius didn't mince words, did he? He basically said that self-knowledge is the bedrock of a good character. The idea is that without really understanding the nature of your own life, it's pretty much impossible to live with any real purpose or integrity. So what is this root life? Well, think of it as your true self, your absolute core essence. It's described as this pure spark inside you that exists beyond being born and dying. It's the constant, untainted part of you that has always been there and always will be, no matter what's happening on the outside. Next up is getting to know your destiny life. And this concept is super direct. It's saying that your current situation, your health, your finances, your social standing, all of it, it's not random. Nope, it's the direct result of a chain of cause and effect, or karma, that stretches all the way back from your past actions. This saying just nails it perfectly. It's so simple, but so profound. Whatever seeds you plant are exactly the results you're going to harvest. And this isn't about some kind of cosmic punishment. It's just presented as a natural law of consequences. Simple as that. And finally, we have to get honest about the ignorant life. This is that state we all fall into when we're just driven by raw impulses, like greed, anger, and just being confused about what really matters. According to this way of thinking, these things are the very engines that create our suffering. Okay, so once you have this awareness, once you can see these three dimensions playing out, the focus totally shifts. It moves from just passively understanding to actively participating. This is where you get to reclaim your power to actually define your life. And this, right here, is the game changer. Knowing the map is one thing, and it's essential for sure. But you are the one walking the path. The power to define that path, to draw your own route, that lies completely with you. So how is a destiny actually built? Well, it's not some big, single event. It starts with something tiny. A single thought leads to a behavior. That behavior, when you repeat it, becomes a habit. Those habits shape your character, and at the end of the day, your character is what defines your destiny. Your entire life's path begins with one small choice: what you choose to think. The logic here follows a really clear path. If you cultivate good thoughts, you set off a chain reaction that leads toward a positive destiny. But on the flip side, if you let negative thoughts take root, it's inevitably going to lead you to a much darker outcome. The choice of which path to walk really does begin in your mind. So this brings us to three very specific, very powerful actions. You have to actively affirm your root life, that pure, true nature of yours. You have to consciously work to correct your destiny life by taking positive actions. And you have to strive to eliminate the ignorant life, which is the source of all that suffering. All right, let's pull all of this together into a really practical summary. This is the big takeaway, the guide you can actually use as you move forward on your own path. You know, if there is only one central idea to take away from all of this, let it be this. The state of your mind is the ultimate architect of your reality. Your inner world literally creates your outer world. And here it is, the complete map, bringing it all home. Your root life, that's your true nature. Your job is to define it. Your destiny life, that's a path of duality, of cause and effect. Your job is to correct it. And your ignorant life, well, that's a false state, and your job is to eliminate it. And always remember, even though we've been talking about 3 different paths, they all come from one single source. They're all just different expressions of your one true self. So, we started with a question about knowing life, but we're going to end with a challenge to define it. See, this framework isn't just a philosophy to think about, it's a map to be used. And now that you have the map, the only question left is, how will you define your life?